scientists, researchers, students, and participants. Evening session, and it is my privilege to serve this prestigious international platform. Before moving forward, remembering God and taking His holy name, we begin today's session. I would like to take few moments to introduce you the vision and purpose of International Krishi Manthan 2026. Okay, so it is a unique global initiative designed to create a platform for meaningful dialogues, knowledge exchange, innovation sharing, and capacity building in the fields of agriculture, environmental sustainability, climate resilience, agribusiness, entrepreneurship, and rural development. This 30-day summer nurture training program has been conceptualized with the objective of connecting students, researchers, academicians, policymakers, scientists, industry experts, and developmental professionals on a common platform where ideas can be exchanged and solutions can be developed for the future of agriculture and sustainable development. The program is proudly organized by EcoFast Agriculture Solution and Agriverse Green in collaboration with our esteemed knowledge partners including UGC Malviya Mission Teacher Training Center, GNV University Jodhpur, ICAR-CIPHET Ludhiana, and ICAR Indian National Institute of Soil Science Bhopal, with Dr. Rajendra Prasad Central Agriculture University Pusa, Vivekanand Global University Jaipur, Eco Climate Vision Kenya, Saran Agriculture Research Foundation, and Saran Welfare Foundation. The aim of this initiative is not only to provide knowledge but also to inspire leadership, encourage innovation, strengthen research capabilities, and build a network of future professionals committed to sustainable development and agricultural transformation. Now, moving forward, it is my honor to introduce you all to Dr. Sanchita Ghosh. Ma'am is here. So,
Namaste.
Dr. Sanchita Ghosh. Okay, ma'am. Namaste, ma'am. So, ma'am, let me give a brief introduction of you first. Dr. Sanchita Ghosh is an agricultural scientist and academician specializing in horticulture. She is serving as a specialist in horticulture, floriculture at Krishi Vigyan Kendra, Sihor, Bihar, under Dr. Rajendra Prasad Central Agriculture University, Pusa, Bihar. She completed her BSc Honours in Horticulture from Vidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, West Bengal in 2013, followed by an MSc in Horticulture in Floriculture and Landscaping from Govind Vallabh Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, Pantnagar. She completed it in 2015 and she earned her PhD in horticulture again in floriculture and landscaping from TNAU Coimbatore in 2019. She has been serving as a SMS at KVK's under Dr. Rajendra Prasad Center Agriculture University since 2018 and is actively engaged in technology assessment, refinement, frontline demonstration, capacity building, and dissemination of improved horticulture technologies. Her research interest includes ornamental horticulture, floriculture, protected cultivation, climate resilient horticulture, mutation breeding, and nutrient gardens. Dr. Ghosh has made significant contribution to horticulture extension through farmers training, on-farm trials, extension publication, and the promotion of sustainable and climate resilient farming practices. She has published over 15 research papers, 9 book chapters, 25 popular articles, and 4 technical bulletins, and she has actively participated in 12 national conferences, 4 international conferences, and 7 capacity building programs. She has received several recognitions, including the first prize in poster presentation at the National Seminar on Agriculture Diversification and Eco-Regional Farming 2025, a certificate of recognition from Dainik Jagran 2025, and Farm and Food Krishi Samman Award 2026 for her outstanding contribution to horticulture and agriculture extension. Though these professional associations, she actively contributed to scientific collaboration, knowledge exchange, and the advancement of horticulture research and education. Dr. Sanchita remains committed to advancing horticulture education, research, innovation, and extension by bringing scientific knowledge with farmers' needs through quality, technical, impactful research, technology transfer, and capacity building. She continues to contribute towards strengthening India's horticulture sector and promoting sustainable agriculture development. Now, we all are privileged to invite Dr. Sanchita, our today's speakers, to grace this training program session with her words. Ma'am, kindly, uh, okay, ma'am, you can unmute, ma'am.
Yes. I've unmuted me. Uh,
Okay, ma'am, you can start the
yes,
session.
ma'am. Yes. So, can you please share the slides? I think I have already shared.
Okay, organizing committee, please share the slides which ma'am has given to you.
Lalita is there?
So, today's
Lalita.
session, a very good afternoon to everyone. Am I audible to everyone?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, you are absolutely fine.
Okay, so a very good afternoon to everyone. Today I'm going to give a presentation on post-harvest management and value addition of flower crops. I think the title is missing here because there.
Yes, ma'am, there is a message where they will be putting their questions in a message box.
Yes, that the title bar is missing, which I have shared the slides. I think okay, you can proceed, no problem. The
Yeah.
main topic is post-harvest management of flower crops and the value addition of flower crops. So, like as we all know, that horticulture, and particularly the flower crops, are highly perishable in nature. So, first we have to do. Please next. First, we should know what is the need for value addition. So, as we all know that horticulture produce, particularly floriculture produce, the flower crops are highly perishable in nature. We cannot keep up more than a days. So, our farmers and they are producing crop nicely, but the thing is they are unable to manage and unable to handle huge amount of produce which are being produced on their farms, and suddenly there is a glut in the market and they don't have any clue what to do with that huge horticulture produce, particularly flower crops. So there is a need of hour that we have to focus particularly on this post harvest management, in particular the value addition, because in flower it is a high value cash crops, and particularly if we add value to the crop, it will gain more foreign exchange also, and apart from that, after processing and adding value, it can get employment, it can create uh, employment opportunity, particularly in case of women farmers. As I have experience, for example, as we can see, in case of marigold farming in Bihar, I have seen these women farmers who are sitting at home, so they can be actively engaged in garland preparation or many other preparation of. They have excellent skill on preparing these value-added flower items like corsages, beni, and like juras and also bangles. So we can use a huge number of women farmers actively involved. We can engage them to be involved actively in this value addition. So this value addition is a need of hour. Next, please. Next. So, in floriculture, what does it mean by post-harvest handling? It is nothing but this is a set of operation which is involved in the crop production immediately after harvesting of the crop, which includes a lot of steps like pre-cooling, or we may say it cooling. Rupees, but where we are combining a stick of rose, a stick of gladiolus or tuberose along with the foliage and other filler flowers and all, we are making compiling it in a bouquet form. It may fetch even a 500 rupees, and including several dry flower items and several other things are coming. So it may fetch a very high market value. So this is known as value addition. Next, please. So, if you see, in case of flower crops, a significant quantity of flower 30 to 35% flower, there is loss happening, and loss in various form. For example, improper handling, because so many people, so many farmers, they don't even know, in the middlemen also, they don't even know how to pack the flowers properly. And some 10% of the flowers, they are even unmarketable, because they are not in proper in bloom condition so that they can be marketable. And the shrinkage loss contribute around 5%. So altogether, if we look, 30 to 30 in case of flower crops. So if we a question may comes to the amount. So what is the longevity? What is the waste life of flower crops? Particularly in case of flower crops, there are two type of flower crops. One is loose flower, which are not having stick with it. For example, the Cassandra, chrysanthemum, marigold. These are all loose flowers. And the cut flower, for example, which are having a long stem attached with it. For example, rose, gerbera, gladiolus, tuberose. These are all cut flower crops. Waste life is termed as the period in which the flowers or foliage, whatever it may be, remain in presentable form, in fresh form, without losing its quality. It's known as longevity. So our main motto in case of post-harvest management of flower crops is to improve the longevity of the flower crops, to make it in a presentable form as many hours or as many days as possible to the customer, and also to add the value. Next, please. So in this slide, we can very nicely see, these are in the above picture. These are lilium. So we must know what are the stages to harvest the flower crops, because many a time people don't even know in which stage the flower crop should be harvested. For example, in picture number 1, we can see these are the Asiatic lily, which are for the distance market. Just the bud is about to bloom. You can see very nicely the bud is about to bloom. In that case, we have to harvest it. If it is for distance market, we are taking it for long distance market. And if it is for local market, in fact, the open flower also is welcome to be harvested. In case of gladiolus, you see like lower 2 or 3 buds are about to be open. In that case, we have to harvest. But in case of local market, where the full stick of flower is open, we can very well harvest, because in distance market it takes a time. After harvesting, we have to do a lot of process like pre-cooling, then pulsing, then we have to do a lot of process, and so the buds will take a time to open it, and by the time it reaches to the consumer, it will open slowly. So for distance market, we have to always choose the buds which are in tight bud stage. In that case, in that type of stage only, we have to harvest the flowers, and we have to process for marketing. Next. See, in this picture also, picture number 1, chrysanthemums, which are about to be bloom or half bloom, we have to harvest in that. We have to harvest like this. And in case of carnation crop also same. The bud break stage we have to harvest, and for local market we can harvest in full bloom stage. Next. Next, huh? So after harvesting, we have a lot of steps like hardening, pulsing, and pre-cooling. So we have to know like what is hardening. What hardening is being called? It is nothing but a treatment given immediately after the harvesting of the flowers, using the deionized water and with some germicides. And a popular germicide is sodium hypochlorite, which you can use very nicely in the flower crops. And again, in case of pulsing, this is another treatment after hardening, which includes sucrose percentage, which varies from 2 to 20%. And for 12 to 48 hours, temperature 45 degrees to 50 degrees centigrade in an embedded condition. Next. Okay, so these are microwoven drying. So where the flowers are embedded in a desiccant, particularly silica gel, and we are using the safe containers like glass or plastic, and we are keeping in microwave for 2 to 5 minutes. And immediately after keeping for 2 to 5 minutes, we are bringing it upside down. We are cooling, and absolutely perfect for the making dry flower product. Next. Press drying. Here also the flowers are being pressed in a between blotting paper sheets by placing them in a herbarium process. So most of the flowers, so many flowers like Acroclinum roseum, then Statice, then Gypsophila, these flowers, and again there are a lot of foliage crops also which are highly suitable for the press drying. Next. Water dryings, particularly in case of hydrangeas, yarrows, bells of Ireland, these are highly suitable for water drying. The stems of flowers are initially placed in a couple of inches of water, and then the water is allowed to evaporate and taken up by the cut flowers. Next. So we can see the water drying of hydrangeas. Next. Glycerin drying, or which is popularly known as glycerinization. Here the flowers, there are a lot of flowers which do not which lose moisture and lose the moisture and gloss very rapidly, and they tend to give loose flower from very rapidly. In that case we are using this glycerin, or we may say it as a glycerinization. In that case we have to mix 1 part of glycerin with 2 parts of water, and we have to strip off the lower leaves and flowers from the stem, and we have to keep it in a standing cold water and glycerin mix with 5 centimeter depth. In general, it takes around 6 to 7 days for drying depending upon the weather conditions. Next. We can see the glycerin drying or glycerization. We have to mix and the proportionate is very important. We have to maintain that. Next. Freeze drying, we are using a lyophilizer, of course, where the temperature is being constantly maintained at -7 degrees centigrade temperature. Next. These are some of the containers where we can use the direct dry flower crops to make a products. Next. These are also some ceramic containers also where we can use types. Yes, next. So we can see as a dry flower arrangements like from flower, both fresh flowers and dry flowers. In both the conditions, we can make a lot of flower arrangements. Here we can see this red. You have, I think you guys have already seen. So like we can make a red. Next. We can make a lot of floral crafts from that, like greeting cards. Next. We can make some hair adornments. We can make rose flower swags. We can make a lot of hair adornments. Next. See, we can make a Christmas tree, dried flower potpourris. I'll come to the potpourris next. Next. We can make a posse where a small bunch of flower or a single cut flower tied with a decorative ribbon for giving better appearance. We can make a corsages where it is a delicate arrangement of floral and foliage tied either with a ribbon or bracelet. Next. Dry flower bouquet also we can prepare. Next. Yes, next. These are some of the dry flower items where we can prepare it, we can sell, because these are having high market value, more than the raw flowers. If we are preparing this, and particularly if we want to sell through online also, we can sell. And nowadays, lot of companies, they are selling also through online. Particularly, they are targeting the metro cities, metropolitan cities, and they are fetching high market price. Next, frames. Formal flower arrangements also, where dry flowers also being used in a formal flower arrangements. Next, baskets. These yes, baskets we can prepare using dry flowers also, you can with fresh flowers also. Pot pourries I have already mentioned, like it is nothing but a fragrant mixture of dried flowers, petals, herbs, spices in an enclosed transparent packet or in an open container. Here we are having the aromatic roots, aromatic like pine cones, like aromatic petals, some spice mix. So it's very unique item which we can prepare. We can and it can definitely turn into value added items, and it is having these all these value added products are having a good excellent market price. So the basic ingredients of potpourri, yes, the basic ingredients of potpourri is the flowers should be a scent of scented, aromatic leaves, the roots also should be aromatic. Next. So what are we making using potpourris? In case of potpourris, we can use flowers, rose, geranium, gomphrena, cassia. These flowers we can be used, and leaves. In case of leaves, sessile pineal leaves, eucalyptus leaves also can be used. Pods we can use eucalyptus pods, tree parts, roots, pine cones, fruits. So many seeds also we can use, like cocoa ball, chestnuts. So many seeds also we can use. It's a mixture. Next, I think I have photo to show. Next, yes, like this we have to mix up all these things, and we have to package in this kind of things, and they are being marketed in the market and have fetching a high market value. Next, dried flower arrangements again. Next, yes, next. You can see how beautifully this flower arrangement arranged. I will next I will show the live flower arrangements also. If these are using the dry flowers, and again live flower arrangements also can be made. Next, yes, next. Yes, in various exhibitions also these are being displayed. Next. Yes, coming to the fresh flower arrangements, in the fresh flower arrangements, here I have not mentioned in the slides, but in fresh flower arrangements, there are two types of flower arrangements. I think some of you might have heard, like one is Japanese flower arrangements, which is known as Ikebana, and another is English flower arrangements. So in both the case, there are some principles which we are following. And for making the flower arrangements, and in so many displays, so many exhibitions, these are being displayed, and these are being highly valued and highly praised by the eminent group of people. Okay, next. Corsages, as we all know, small bouquet of flowers on a floral occasion, formal occasions, worn on a woman's dress. Next, buttonholes. Particularly in case of boys, they are using these buttonholes in their shirts, formal shirts, with buttonholes, one single piece of rose flower along with one piece of thuja leaves. It's very highly attractive. It looks very attractive, and it can make a perfect buttonhole. Next, floral garlands. Next, hair decoration, very particularly in the South India, as I did my PhD from there. I have seen like jasmine, particularly in case of jasmine, like Jasminum grandiflorum and Jasminum auriculatum. These flowers are widely, along with the mixture of some carnation, Crosandra flower. So they are mixing it, and they are making a mind-blowing piece of hair decorative items using these nerium flowers. Also they are making, and they are fetching a very good market price. Next. Veni again. In fact, in case South India, these bridal venis are also available, which are facing a very good market price. Next, you can see the decoration of it. This is very like all of you you have seen this. Next, yes, decorations. Next, These are the floral arrangement styles. Like this floral arrangements itself, it can be a different days of session. Like there are a lot of things to say, lot of things to explain. So if you guys have any interest, so I can take a lecture on this floral arrangement, because there are a lot of rules, lot of things to learn in floral arrangements. There are mass flowers, there are filler flowers. So there are a lot of principles involved in this flower arrangements. Yes, next. Yes, these are symmetrical flower arrangements where we can see mass flowers are being involved. These are mass flowers like gerberas are being involved, anthuriums are also there, and roses are also. Next, Western style. This style follows the geometrical forms and consists of more number of flowers and depicts a complete and full effect. It displays mass effect. This Western flower style we are using, where we are using in low center table also, we can follow this Western style of flower arrangements. Next. Eastern style, I told as a ikebana. So ikebana is the Eastern style of flower arrangements, which is known as Japanese flower arrangements, where three types of theme they are following, like Shin, Sho, and Heike. Like heaven, man, and earth. These are based on spiritual aspects. So like these are being displayed as a ikebana. Next, one second.
Still, we have time. You all please put your questions in the chat box. Ma'am has left. She will rejoin us. There might be some technical issue or some network issue. Okay. Ma'am, please unmute yourself.
I'm very sorry, the net was disturbed completely.
Okay, ma'am. These things happen. Ma'am,
Yes,
please
yes,
continue.
yes. So these are the
Okay,
some
okay.
styles of arrangements. Yes, in case of flower arrangements, yes, in case of flower arrangements, now, see, as you can see in first triangular flower arrangements, see, here we are using the marigolds as a center or mass flowers. Then we are using this, see, these anthurium petals, anthuriums also. Like we are using this as a to support these mass flowers. And then we are using some kind of leaves, see, some flower ornamental foliage crops, foliage as a filler flowers. See, we can use in various shapes. Here, in first picture, we can see as a triangular. We can keep it as a L shape also. See, in case of L shape, we are using this lilium, and also we are using the carnation. And we can use as a Hogarth curve, we know, which is popularly being called as a S curve. Okay, and again we can use as a round type of flower arrangements also is very popular. Next. See, these are all being. I've already mentioned about this dry flower, which is a part of these value-added flower crops. And again, I have mentioned like dry flower arrangements and the fresh flower arrangement. Apart from this, there are a lot more value-added items in case of floriculture, where we can see as essential oils, and essential oil are being extracted from this jasmine, lavender, rose, and which are continuously being used in aromatherapy for the extraction extraction of the concrete, for extraction of the absolute from various flowers, and even like 1 ml of this concrete or 1 ml of this absolute, it fetches lakh. So from this we can know that how much value we are adding from the fresh flowers simply by extraction of the essential oil which has already been present in the flower crops. So by this we can make the rose oil, and we can popularly, in case of rose oil, damask rose, Rosa damascena, is being popularly cultivated in Uttar Pradesh. I think in Kannauj area there are a lot of essential oil. These factories are also there where they are commercially producing this essential oil. They are extracting from the rose. And again, apart from these flower crops, like there are a lot of aromatic flower crops also, which are also being potentially being explored for the extraction of the essential flower crop to be used in the pharmaceutical industries for production of the soaps, production of the perfumes, and all, and also for production of this gulkand. Next. And yes, we can prepare this value added item which is known as gulkand, which is being popularly being produced from there are particularly few species of rose. Not all the species can be explored for this gulkand preparation. Rosa damascena, Rosa chinensis, Rosa gallica, and Edward rose. These species are particularly being used for the production of this gulkand, where we are mixing these rose petals along with the sugar, and we are making up products which is highly laxative in nature. So, like, yes, there are some flowers which are edible. We can prepare lot many from this. For example, in case of because there are lot of other value added items also. For example, in case of marigold, there is a compound which is present called lutein and carotenoids, because of which the color of the marigold petals is yellow or orange. So which is commercially being used in the poultry industry for feeding of the poultry or broiler chicken, for production of the eggs, which is highly nutritious. So these are also this marigold is also used in that way for the broiler industry, where these petals are being fed to the broilers. And apart from this waste management, apart from these value added items, there are large industry where the waste flowers they are collecting from the temples, and they're collecting in the bulk, and they're making the floral, these incense sticks they are using, agarbatti they are preparing, and they are preparing lot of value added item from the waste of flowers. Because in temples we are offering the flower, and it is after offering the flowers, they are piled of heap of flower crops which are being completely wasted. So instead of throwing it into the any water bodies which may cause environment pollutions, they are completely recycling, and they are producing there are a lot of value added items. So people they are practicing this kind of practices. So floriculture, as we can say, a lot it serves a immense opportunity, gives an immense opportunity which is untapped. I must say it is untapped, and we can explore. Apart from, because production we are producing, the farmers they are producing a lot, but they don't know what to do, how to do. So post harvest management and preparation of focusing on this value addition is a need of our. Next. So we can see rose water we are using in our daily cosmetic cares. So particularly damask rose, these petals are being used for the production of the rose water. Next. Rose oil, as I have already mentioned, like rose oil also, and rose oil, tuberose oil, and jasmine oil. These are having high market value, and high market value. So there are a lot of industries which are practicing this extraction of this oil. I think that's all for our day. Next. Yes, thank you so much. If anyone is having a question, ask.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for this insightful session. There are few questions which are lined up for me, so I will ask it one by one. My first question is from Ritika Khasa. She is asking, ma'am, lodging के लिए only simple sugar solution use कर सकते हैं क्या?
Lodging के लिए.
Yeah.
लॉजिंग के लिए सिंपल सुक्रो सॉल्यूशन यूज कर सकते हैं, लेकिन उसका परसेंटेज देखना पड़ेगा along with germicide. We have to use a germicide to fight the bacterial or fungal infection. And again, we have to maintain the pH in low acidic pH. We have to maintain. So for that, sometimes we are using this lime juice or three spoons of vinegar also we are using, just to make the pH of the base solution lower so that the bacterial may not grow. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. I guess Ritika has got her answer. Next question is from Ma'am Shubhadeep Das. Madam, is the shelf life of different varieties of the same flower crop differs?
Yes.
Shelf life or post life basically.
Shelf life differs. For example, in case of cut flowers, the shelf life differs. In case of loose flowers, also the shelf life differs. So it may varies from few hours to few days, depending upon the flower crops.
Okay. I must say, ma'am, there was this classic epitome display of the flowers by you. Visuals were very aesthetic, as if I was watching them in reality. There were so many colors and so many different flowers. Now, one question I want to ask that suppose if a person want to start a business of growing flowers, then which flower crop you will suggest him or her?
So again, I will say, Dr. Anushi, depending upon the agroclimatic condition. For example, in case of Bihar, if we saw in north level plains of Bihar, people are growing. They are mainly purchasing flowers. They are taking flower from West Bengal, and they are growing here. So there lies a lot of opportunity to explore for marigold, again for rose, and in net house gerbera. Again, for Uttarakhand region, there is a lot of opportunity to grow export oriented rose, because in Pantnagar I have seen in lot of there were, I think, 3 4 poly houses where people where they are commercially in Pantnagar they are growing export quality roses also. So like export quality roses that like tea rose and Edward rose also they are growing, and gerbera also they are growing. So depending upon in south, if we go again, these are very farm. The climate is particularly suitable for growing of jasmine, the loose flowers. Again, these gladiolus, again, because these need carnation, gladiolus, they require some hilly regions. So according to the agroclimatic conditions, first you have to survey, and based on the market availability and market, like not more than availability, I must say, like the market demand. Based on that, you may start a flower business. Yes.
And also, if a small scale farmer is there, suppose whose income is on an average, so he cannot afford a much greater
Yes, yes,
structures of,
yes, definitely. They
so which, yeah, so which
definitely
flower he can grow?
for layman, no, definitely they may, for small and marginal farmers, they may start with the marigold, because in throughout my career journey, 7.5 years of experience, I have made people to start flower business, flower cultivation, and I have made them to start with the marigold first. Because in case of marigold, the risk is less. It is very hardy crop, and the women's sitting at their homes, they're actively engaged in preparation of the garlands throughout the Shravan months, then Janmashtami, then Vishwakarma Puja, and these Navratras. So they
Right,
have
right.
a lot of market. So no need to worry about that. So if any small farmers is there, they can definitely start with marigold.
And ma'am, one question is from Shraddha Maji. Ma'am, what measures can be adopted to reduce harvest losses in flowers?
So as I've already mentioned, immediately after harvesting, you have to do some hardening, which is passing the flowers through deionized water with the germicide, and you have to do the field heat removal and then pre-cooling treatment. So you have to do the refrigeration. So these are the process. You have to remove the field heat, you have to do the pre-cooling, you have to do the pulsing. I mean, giving up the sucrose backup, the carbohydrate backup, and again you have to keep for refrigeration. So these are the steps, the chain of steps which I've already mentioned in the slides, which can follow to reduce the post harvest loss. Yes.
I think all the doubts are being solved from our end and from your also. There's one more question that has popped up right now. Oh no, they are appreciating your efforts and creativity. Thank you so much for sharing such an insightful slate. I want to start a startup in dry flower or their frame market. So what thing I have to do, and is there any market in Bihar?
So, like, yes, of course, for financial assistance, you have to do, you have to, of course, you have to apply for any, like, financial assistance. And apart from that, you can start from very basic things, like from making greeting cards, from making potpourris. Potpourris are very good items. I have already mentioned, like making, mixing up the aromatic petals and
Yeah, yeah.
seeds and making up in this, because one of my friend also, like they, like in Hyderabad also, she has been doing like this kind of business. And nowadays people are very smart, and they are even selling through various online platforms. So basically making cards and making wall hangings and making potpourris, they can start.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. I guess all the questions are being solved here. All the doubts are being cleared here. Thank you so much, ma'am, again, for your insightful and valuable words, and also for graciously sparing your precious time to be with us today. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was honor to be with you.
Thank you.
Okay. PPT, we will ask the ma'am if she is comfortable, and we will share it with you. Okay, Saraswati ji? Okay. So now moving forward, uh, is our second speaker is ready? Okay, so now moving forward, it is my honor to introduce Mr. Prabjal V. Sir, are you here? Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you so much for confirming that, sir. Team, please make sure that Prabjal sir microphone is unmuted.
Yes, net was disconnected. Dr. Anushi,
Yes, ma'am. I was saying,
all the questions are being solved. Is there any queries which I can answer?
no, one has popped up. What are the challenges of marketing? So I guess you have already told these things earlier. So I'll say,
Thank you so
okay,
much for inviting me as a guest speaker. I think I have shared my knowledge, and you guys spend a wonderful time. And at least you know about these flowers, because people, they are mainly focusing on the cereal crops, how to grow rice and wheat, but
right.
very few people, they are focusing on this part of which is untapped, and yet it has immense potential for the future world.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable words, and thank you, ma'am. Uh, so we will move to our next speaker, Mr. Prabjal V. Sir is here. I request the team to please unmute him. Okay, so Mr. Prabjal V is an academician, research and technology professional with expertise in electronics and communication engineering, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, robotics, automation, and smart agriculture. He completed his MTech in electronic and communication engineering from Sunrise University in 2015 and his BTech in electronics and communication engineering from Manav Bharati University in 2013. He has served in various academic research and industry roles, including assistant professor at Rai Technology University and GPS Institute of Agriculture Management, research manager at BCX Bioorganics, graduate trainee engineer, project assistant at the Indian Institute of Sciences, Bangalore, and freelancer entrepreneurship trainer at Think Startup Learning Private Limited. His research interest focuses on AI, machine learning, IoT, robotics, precision agriculture, smart farming, and digital technologies. Mr. Prabhujal has published 3 research papers, 7 book chapters, 4 books, and several review and magazine articles, and is the inventor and co-inventor of 14 patents and design registrations in area including artificial intelligence, healthcare, agricultural technologies and automation. He has received the Best Researcher Award 2021 to 22 from the Nobel Research Academy and the Certificate of Appreciation from the American Merit Council for his contribution to engineering, agriculture and technology. He has also served as a resource person and a keynote speaker in several national and international training programs on AI, IoT robotics, drone technology, dairy automation, and smart farming, while actively participating in numerous faculty development programs, workshops, and international conferences. His multidisciplinary expertise bridges engineering, digital innovation, and agriculture technologies with a strong commitment to research, teaching, entrepreneurship, and technology-driven sustainable development. Now, we are privileged to invite Mr. Prabjal, our today's speaker, to grace this training program session with his words. Sir?
Good evening, everyone.
Okay,
Madam,
sir.
I
Thank you.
also the PPT is visible and my voice is
Yes, sir.
audible to you.
Yes, sir. Your PPT is visible. You are audible. So, yes, sir. We can begin now.
Yes, madam. Today's topic I'll be discussing is about the automated farming system and robotics, how this role is going to play in our day-to-day life in our agricultural field. So, when I say about automated farming system and robotics, the very important thing which comes to everyone's mindset is this is going to take back the jobs of individuals, right? How many? texture, whether the ripening quality has been increased or the fruit has been rotten, whether I can remove the fruit. We have different parameters. Accordingly, these robotic harvesters are going to perform their task. Weeding robots. So when I usually speak about the weeding robots, people ask me stating that, sir, as we are from weed management expertization, we do have a basic idea on weed management. We have beneficial weeds and non-beneficial weeds. How your robots are going to identify the beneficial weeds and they are going to chop down the non-beneficial weeds, which how we are going to uh, build the model. So when I say building a model, we are going to collect the enormous amount of data. Based on that data, we are going to plan our models. Accordingly, the robot will be incorporated with a camera. With that camera, it is going to analyze whether this is a weed, which is a benefited weed or a non-benefited weed, and then it is going to harvest it or it is going to remove it. So that is not going to actually impact your benefited weed. Next is the autonomous tractors, which can be seen nowadays in our South and North India. So both the technologies are designed to optimize the resource use and promote sustainability farming practices by reducing the amount of water, fertilizers, and pesticides. Yes, madam. It's Sudeep Kumar. Someone has raised the hands. Yeah, if you have any doubts, you can just unmute and you can ask me.
Sir, doubt session, we will take it in the last, not in
Sure, ma'am.
between the session.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
So you continue with the session, and in the
fine, ma'am.
last we will take all the doubts.
Sure, we
Okay.
will do that. Yeah. What are the necessity of implementing automation in the agriculture sectors? The main reason to implement the automation in the agriculture field is to tackle the labor shortage in the large scale farm where they are face a shortage of laborers, increasing the food production and efficient resource management, adapting to the climatic changes, which is a predominant one, reducing the cost and increasing the profitability for the investor, improving the quality of the material, promoting sustainability and eco-friendly farming is the very important parameters. When we speak about automated farming, we have certain components which plays a major role. So it is not like that you need to implement all in one set. No, it depends how the requirement is needed. Accordingly, the people is going to guide you whether you want to implement the automated farming using an AI or IoT or just by the field sensors or machine learning. It is completely based on the requirement of the client. So when we speak about an automated farming, often referred to as a smart farming or an agriculture automation, we have various sets like artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, and which usually reduce the human involvement and increases the productivity. So when we say what all the things are included here is smart machineries with the robotics, IoT and smart sensors, AI mainly used for data analytics purpose, automated irrigation system, which is very common nowadays, GPS and remote sensing, which usually sends the data accordingly. We can train the AI to interpret the results. Automated fertilization and pesticide systems, smart greenhouses, automated supply chain and logistics. If the last one is not required for every farms, based on the required need, we can try to incorporate the automated farms. So everyone is going to ask, when did this automation has started in agriculture? The automation era actually began in 1920 to reduce the cost effectiveness and to increase a better yield. In 1920, initial research focused on the automatic guidance system for agricultural vehicles, which even now we can see in our normal cars on the roads. That would be like ADAS system, how it automatically generate and the braking system is going to happen. But this kind of advancement has not yet been incorporated in our agriculture implements. Why in this sense? I'll discuss during the drawbacks of it. 1950 to 1960, the development of autonomous agricultural vehicle commenced through different system of navigations. In 1980s, the advent of computer was started, enabling the machine vision guidance technology. The current development during the 1990s was to integrate the GPS technology-based precise mapping of a farmland. Based on the precise mapping, the drones or the tractors is going to decide what should be taken on a priority basis. Accordingly, the crop management or the enhancing the efficiency during the spray of the pesticides, insecticides, or whatever you're going to use it, or you're just planning for the land, GPS and other location analysis, even that can be done. So this kind of developments are happening. So mainly when I say of automated farming system, we have two sorts, like precision agriculture and vertical farming plays a major role in automation incorporated. So precision agriculture is commonly referred as a precision farming or smart farming, where we usually use a leverage or an enormous amount of technology with the automation to analyze the data, improve the efficiency, lower the exportizations, and sustainable agriculture. When it is vertical farming, it is a groundbreaking techniques for cultivating the plants in a set of vertical arrangement, which is going to control the setting like structuring, shipping the containers or warehouses, how to enhance the resource efficiency and continuous production throughout the year without external climatic factors. It is like we are going to build a set of, let us assume we are growing a broccoli inside a container. We are going to create a set of climatic condition which is going to enhance the crop productivity. Let it be during the summer, winter, or rainy. That specified climate has been mapped inside that specified structure, and accordingly your crop will be monitored. So the precision agriculture key technology benefits and the applications are like GPS and GIS technology, where mainly GPS uses for field mapping, navigation, and guidance to automated machineries. GIS mainly evaluates your soil conditions. In certain parameters, it is also going to help us to monitor the crop health. The advantages of using the GPS and GIS technology is to minimize the input waste and enhance the field management. The very next thing is our IoT and smart sensors. This technology try to gather the real-time data regarding our soil moisture, climatic conditions, and crop health. The advantage is to monitor the real-time monitoring and optimize the resource utilization. VRT or our variable rate technologies. This technology modifies the application of fertilizers, pesticides, and water-based on real-time data from the field. Mainly this VRT techniques use to reduce the expenses and decrease the amount of waste. Drones and remote sensing. When I speak about the drones and remote sensing, drones try to capture the high resolution images to evaluate our crop health and identify the diseases. When I say identify the diseases, we do have certain obstacle in identifying the diseases. Certain viruses plays a important role. We need to take assistance of an expert. Without expert inputs, we can't identify whether it is a disease or a virus. So this input is going to advantage, as a part of advantage, it is going to enhance early pest detection and lowers the input cost. If there is a proper analysis, whether it is a virus or a disease, it is going to reduce the unnecessary burden to the farmer to go with the initial trial for the disease, and then they declare it, this is not a disease, it is a pest or it is a virus. So accordingly, we can, instead of just going with some assumption, the specified image is going to help to evaluate and go with a actual required inputs to the field. AI and robotics mainly used for predictive insights, where robotics try to automate the tasks such as harvesting and weeding and reduce the time of the individual labor, and also whatever the cost the farmer is going to pay for the individual. And also it is going to enhance your labor cost and boost the efficiency within a short stipulated time. Blockchain and smart supply chains are a new set of technologies which usually guarantees us with the food traceability and secures direct transaction advantages are improve food safety and transparency within the supply chains. So you might ask me, what are the benefits of precision farming? This is going to increase the crop yield, early analysis of the pest and diseases, lower cost of whatever the water percentage, even the pesticide and insecticides, try to promote sustainability, enhances the decision making. Automation usually also try to decreases the better food quality. So where we can try to implement these applications of precision farming. So in case if you are asking me where we can try to improvise the benefits of precision agriculture or the applications of precision agriculture is smart irrigation mainly looks into the AI driven irrigation system which are
Sir, I guess,
hello,
excuse me, sir. So sorry to interrupt. The screen is not sharing, sir.
just a minute, madam, once again.
Screen has yes.
Now is it visible, madam?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir. You can
Okay,
continue.
madam. I'll just continue with the same thing. So AI driven irrigation system try to optimizes the water usage, preventing the waste of water. Precision seeding and fertilization. So this basically uses our GPS guided seeding system where it is going to build a specified track with the spacing, everything. Accordingly, the plant will be seeded with a stipulated spacing. And the VRT technique is going to use your fertilizers to
Ji.
just a minute, ma'am. So I was just saying about the automated harvesting things. So AI enabled robots creates a better efficiency compared to the human errors. Whatever the data we are going to give accordingly, it is going to work. So the vertical farming key technology benefits and applications mainly in hydroponics, which is we also call it as a soilless farming technique where plant roots grow in a nutrient-rich water solution. In this technology, we usually uses 90% less water than our traditional flood irrigation method. Aeroponics, where plant grows in an air or mist environment with nutrient spray. The benefits in this technology, we are going to use the reduced 95% of less water, and also it is going to promote a faster growth rate. Aquaponics, a closed loop system where fish waste provides a nutrient to your plants. Benefits is your zero chemical fertilizer needed and sustainable fish farming. LED grow lights, which we use for artificial full spectrum lighting, which replaces the sunlight, whatever the approximate benefit you are going to get from the sunlight. I would say LED grow lights is going to produce on an average of 30 to 50% replacement. I'm not going to say it is going to give you the 100% of a replacement of sunlight, never. Enables year-round indoor farming, so we need to go ahead with the replacement of different other enabled lights, like our UV enabled lights. What are the different radiations we get it from the sunlight? We need to fix it accordingly. We can make sure year-round indoor farming. Climate control exposures for our AI and IoT regulates mainly with our temperature, humidity, and CO2 levels and light exposure. The benefits mainly is to optimal the growth condition for our plants. Automated monitoring and AI sensor tracks the moisture, nutrients, and plant health in real time, which is going to reduces the labor cost, and it is going to give you the better improved efficiency. So the benefits of vertical farming is it will be giving you the 365 days. Spacing will be exactly what you are looking at. Conservation of water will be done. Pesticide free yield will be given. High crop yields can also be expected. Sustainable and eco-friendly is one thing which I wanted to add. So mainly the application of vertical farmings are used in our urban agriculture, farm to table restaurant, space farming, which has already been tested and trialed by NASA, medicinal plant cultivation, and sustainable food productions. So the roles, as we have discussed, autonomous tractor and smart machinery, it is a self-operating tractors which is capable of spraying the crops with high precision, leading to decreased fuel consumptions. So here people may ask me, sir, how about carbon emissions? Because our tractors usually run using the diesel. So diesel emits various gases. So at that case, how would this can be solved? So at that time, we do have a EV tractors. Very shortly, I guess in some of the parts of India, the availability has been started. So at that time, we can just charge and we can just put it into the market. Robotic harvesters, weed and pest control robots, smart irrigation and water management, livestock monitoring, and crop monitoring and disease detection devices. So the importance of our agriculture robots in modern farming is mainly to enhance the efficiency, automates the labor intensive process leading to time and precise quality, decreases reliance on labor. Yes, it is going to mitigate the workforce shortage and give you the better insights too. Boost the productivity. Robots operates continuously without any kind of stress, whereas humans, we can't work 24/7. Whereas the robots can work if we have a alternative set of batteries, we can just keep on replacing the batteries and the robots can perform 24/7. Promote sustainability, minimize the crop loss. I would not say 100% there is no crop loss. No, it is a machine. So the percentage of crop loss can be reduced compared to the human cutting methods. So the types of agriculture robots are harvesting robots, weeding robots, seeding and planting robots. Harvesting robots mainly work with the sensors, cameras, and robotic arm, which mainly recognizes, collects, and categorizes the mature crops using the AI models and computer vision technology. So how the working principle is going to work with the harvesting robots is, it is going to identify the mature crop. It is not going to harvest everything which is in the field. How the device is going to identify in this sense, it has a camera and a sensor, and all the data has been incorporated to the device. So let us assume what is the size of a plant. whether the fruit or the seed has been matured enough to harvest. So all this data will be framed inside the database of your harvesting robots. Based on that, it is going to identify the mature crop, organize the harvest. Mainly, it is going to strategize the sequence in which they will be harvesting the crop. They may utilize certain grippers or suction cup for the purpose based on the different crops. Mainly, when we are going to categorize the crops, robots can classify the harvested crops into various containers based on their ripened things, if it is a fruit or type. Essential technology like RGB, the cameras are available. This device mainly captures both color and the data, whatever the depth of the data which we have fed to the database of the system, and whether the location and whatever the identification, if it is going to match for that fruit. Let us assume I am going to harvest an apple. It is going to select the size initially, the ripening quality, the color. In certain harvester, we do have certain weights. Based on the weight, also we are going to analyze. Post that itself, it will be harvested. So this device mainly captures the color and depth, as I told you in previously itself. Deep learning mainly uses the algorithm which is going to enable the detection of fruit position within the image. The grippers in the robot is going to choose the tailored, whether the specific type of produce can be harvested or not, with options like a soft grippers or suction cups, which is going to reduce the damage for the fruit. So you might ask me which kind of robots or whatever the principle you are saying, which robots, can you just give me a certain list of examples? Like we do have FF robots, Harvest Crew, Agroboot, and Sweeper are some of the robots which we already have in the market, and the same, I have also pasted the photo of the same in the PPT. Next is our weeding robots. Weeding robots try to employ machine vision, sensor, and AI to detect the weeds and eliminate them while ensuring the crop remains unharmed. So the only thing is the spacing, based on the spacing, our device is going to work. So working principle mainly goes with the weed identification. Robots employs the camera and sensors to capture the image of the agriculture field. It is going to analyze with the computer
Sir,
vision.
I request you, sir, there is this pop-up message when the screen is sharing. So can you please edit that pop-up message?
Just a minute, madam.
Yeah. And I request all the participants, please maintain the decorum of the session.
I hope so. Now it's off, madam.
No, sir, it's still visible. This pop-up message is there. You need to hide it.
Just a minute.
Yes, sir. He's saying that just select TGE main window pop-up will hide.
Just a minute. Madam.
Yes, sir. Take your all time, sir.
It's TGA main window, right?
Yes, sir. He
Mm,
says so.
Is the presentation visible now, madam?
Yes, sir. Now it's visible. And
I
pop-up
don't.
is also on, sir. You can continue now, sir.
Okay, madam.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, sir. And I
So
request
mainly,
all the participants, if you have to say anything, there's always some good words and a better way to convey the things. Please maintain the decorum of the session. Thank you so much. Sir, please
seeding,
continue.
seeding and planting robots mainly work with the integration of various sensors, motors, and a mechanical system which accurately traverse the field. It basically creates a small hole in the soil with a set of specified interval. Let us assume we have a paddy crop or a wheat crop. Based on the crop, we need to program the seeding and planting robot. Accordingly, the spacing will be created. Accordingly, the robot is going to adjust the field with the condition using the data from its sensors. So, with that procedure, it is going to go with the flow. So the working principle of the seeding and planting robot is going to work with the input and navigation as a primarily the robot receives the instruction from the planting pattern, what is the seed type, what are the row spacing. This data will be given by our regular agriculture experts. Whatever we have our package of practices, no, we can't just see the package of practices and we can't start working with our or we can't train our robots. We need an assistance of an expert agronomist. We need to go ahead with the entomologist for the pest, what are the available pests. So accordingly, with the data of the experts, we are going to train the equipments. So when it is with the seeding and planting, we are going to take an expert inputs from our seed science experts and with our agronomists. We are going to go ahead with the spacing. The sensor usually guides the robot along with the planted path, which is a AI-based path which will be created with the robot. With that, it is going to adjust the field irregularities accordingly. The robot will be programmed and it starts with the planting. So how the planting is going to happen in the sense, whatever the seed dispensing unit we will be having inside the robot, the seed metering device precisely counts and releases a single seed inside the hole which has been created by the robot with a certain amount of spacing which will be given by the standard decoder. The mechanism usually utilizes a rotating disc with a small component to distribute the seeds evenly. The soil manipulation also plows or drill bits, digs a small hole in the soil at a designated location. The seed is deposited into the hole. A covering mechanism then pushes the soil back over the seed to secure the seed or let the seed be undisturbed once the seed is being sown. What is the major benefit of this kind of seeding and planting robot is? It is going to enhance the efficiency of resource utilization, such as your seed, water, fertilizers, while minimizing the ecology impact of agricultural methods. This device mainly try to complete the task within a given time compared to the human work functionality. If you are going to take a human labor and put him into the field for seed planting, what is an approximate time would it take to complete an acre of land? Whereas the same seeding robots will try to finish it within hardly 1 to 2 hours of time. Or we do have a fastening robots which works within 45 minutes of time if there are no any obstacles. The major benefits is using this is it is going to smaller the machines. The certain examples for our seeding and planting robots are our FarmDroid FT20, R2V2, and even our smart seed sowing robots, autonomous tractors. As everyone knows about our autonomous tractors or our driverless tractors, which we have from Case IH 20,000 Vario, John Deere, New Holland T8, NH2 drives, which is already available even in our Indian market. Drones in agriculture. So, a drone is an unmanned aerial vehicle, which is an aircraft which mainly functions autonomously without the presence of a human pilot inside the drone. but there will be a drone operator on the ground who is going to handle these drones. So the key technologies of drones is our GPS and GNSS technology, multispectral and hyperspectral imaging, AI and machine learning LiDAR technique, where the light is going to detect a set of range. Accordingly, the data can be used for our future analysis, computer vision and sensors, thermal vision and technology, VRT, autonomous flight and route planning, propulsion systems and motors, obstacle avoidance, payload and gimbal systems, IoT and cloud connectivity can also be incorporated based on the requirement, because the cloud usually will be an additional chargeable thing. Mainly where we are going to use this is mainly to crop monitoring, mapping, spraying, irrigation and water management, seeding and planting, even for the crop or the pest attacks in certain areas when we can see in a large hectares. Even for those monitoring also, we can try to use our drones technology. Sensors and IoT technologies are mainly, a sensor is a device which is used, as I told you, to generate an output signal to identify a physical phenomenon, whereas the IoT is a network connected to the different devices which can collect and exchange data with the other devices. And this system mainly works if there is a internet availability. If there is no internet availability, IoT may be considered as a drawback too. What are the key technologies are like our soil moisture sensors, optical sensors, environmental sensors, mainly for our temperature and humidity. Where we can try to use is in our precision farming, water conservation, crop monitoring, livestock management, automated machineries, weather forecasting, and supply chain optimization. The major applications are our soil sensors, optical sensors, light sensors, ultrasonic sensors, autonomous irrigation, field equipment monitoring, and greenhouse automation. So the same thing is repeated here. So I would directly take you to the case study. So everyone wants to know how these techniques are different from one country to other country. One of the important case study is how automated farming system is going to work in USA. In America, the success story regarding the automatic farming includes a lot of companies such as John Deere with their see and spray technology that uses AI to target a weed and spray them. Herbicides using drop significantly. This other examples includes our autonomous tractors, robotic fruit pickers from abundant robots, and other precision agriculture tools to improvise. So the automated farming success story in the USA mainly is with our John Deere see and spray features. Whatever I am telling you, you can even just post this session, you can just go verify whatever the content the person has pitched is evident or not, can be verified. This AI system identifies and spray the weeds. Again, I say, if it is a benefited weeds, if you have stored that data to the see and spray system, it is going to go for the next weed. If you have not yet feeded this data to the system, it is directly going and harming even the benefited weeds. So the demonstrated the same thing, and the data, they had an enormous amount of data which was already loaded into the cloud. So those kind of errors will never happen. Autonomous tractors like our John Deere and other companies are also building fully autonomous tractors which can work on their own without a human being operating the tractors. It is as simple like allowing for the tractor to continuously work with a precise increased productivity. Robotic fruit picking devices, precision agriculture, robots for managing the weeds. So, an automated farm in Japan, Inayo is a Japanese company which actually developed a automated harvesting robot, mainly for tomatoes, helping to lighten the workload of human workers with the progress of AI and robots. The Japanese agriculture is ready for automation and modern farming. Over 12 kg per hectare, up to 14 hours of operation on a single charge battery, the robot is going to perform. AI algorithm, once again, I repeat this, AI algorithm is going to identify only the ripened fruits by color and size. If we want to advance this thing, we can try to refigure the model and we can try to increase the size, the quality, whether it has been affected by any kind of pest attack or diseases. Even that can be adapted in the upcoming days. As of now, the AI algorithm has been identified with two parameters, mainly with the color and size. This device is going to work for 14 hours continuous working for one single charge. So now coming to our country, how automated farming is being incorporated in India. So one of the most cited example of automated farming in India is the application of drones with multispectral imaging technology to monitor the health of the crop as well as the areas of pest activity, also aid with the precise and heavy applications of fertilizers and pesticides across the vast farmland. This is done by the company called as Daru Brahma for a variety of crops like rice, cotton, and mangoes in the region of Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, and Gujarat, all while optimizing the resource allocating by decreasing the amount of chemical utilized. The technology was the drones to analyze the data using the multispectral cameras. The benefits of this technology use is mainly to monitor the crops pest targeted, how well we can try to use or the fertilizers, enhance the yield and reduce chemical. So during that time, the targeted crops, the same thing which we had a discussion about the paddy, cotton, chilies and mangoes. As a part of two, they were even concentrated on the cashew nuts, peanuts, sugarcane. In Karnataka and Tamil Nadu areas, even they were focusing on tea. Outcomes, improved productivity on farms, conservation of resources, possibility of sustainability. Other instance of automated farming in India mainly uses are GPS tractors to mainly target the sowing and fertilizer application, which helps the decrease the amount of wastage of seeds and fertilizers. Irrigation system that utilizes IoT technology is a common trend and technology nowadays used even in the small houses where a smart sensor will be installed in the water tanks. We have a designated sensors which is going to check the lower level of water and the higher level of water. Accordingly, the water will be filled and the cutoff sensors gives a message to the smart chip. Accordingly, it is going to control your water flow. Next is your disease identification using AI system. So this is the actual challenges even today we are facing to train the AI models, because we don't have enormous amount of data where we can try to fulfill the diseases. As I had actually worked on the coffee stem borer disease, early detection where the borer has bought the plant, it is easy to identify. But till where the borer has entered into the plant is a challenge which even now we are working with our coffee board Bangalore. The problem here is initial identification of a board area is easier, but till where the bore has been incorporated in the plant is a difficult task, and we were able to achieve around 50% to target the borers. So coming to the challenges, of the automated farming. Mainly, it requires the significantly initial cost is very much high. So initially, we can try to concentrate on the farmers who has a large amount of land holdings. Technical complexity, yes, we do have operation and upkeeps the advancement of the automated system, where the demand of technical knowledge and training the person at the level of farmers is missed. Infrastructure needs, this require a sophisticated infrastructure to maintain the internet access, power supply, and data storage, which may be insufficient in certain rural. With the gradual implementation may lead to lower your investment cost. Technology complexity, absolutely the training and development program related to the technology driven in the remote areas too, so that they will be aware of what are the current technical trends are happening in our nearby countries. User-centric design, accessible technical support, infrastructure requirement mainly in the rural infrastructure. This might sound requires a large amount of investment. So initially, I would like to ask that if there is a good amount of government support, yes, this kind of things can be incorporated even in our countries. So next would be our environmental concern. Yes, when the technology starts incorporating the adoption of precision agriculture methods, including the VRT and targeted applications of resources, can significantly reduce our environmental harm up to a certain percentage. I would not say completely it would be reduced, no, because when we go with the incorporation of this kind of technology into the fields, we do get with electromagnetic or electronic radiations. Next, as everyone was speaking about the job displacement, retraining, and upskilling programs, is going to increase the loss of jobs for the unskilled labor, and it is going to provide the jobs for the skilled laborers. Maintenance and repairs are the preventive maintenance programs or the initiatives should be taken. The basic maintenance task can be trained and implemented at the farmers level. Remote diagnostics and support can also be a second option where they have a sufficient network and internet At that cases, we can even go with the remote diagnostics and support. Social and cultural impacts, yes. Actively engaging with the rural communities to understand their concern about the implementation of the automated farming is a harmony with their social and cultural values. So certain future trends, as we have told about the automated farming, is advanced robotics and AI. I would not say AI is going to rule the complete agriculture industry. No, it requires the assistance of the skilled experts from our agriculture communities. So yeah, these are the some of the economic impact of the automated farming. So for this current session, I would like to end up with the session for now. If I'm open for the, if you have any kind of queries for now.
Uh, I will request everyone to type their questions in the chat box so that sir can take your end doubts. Anybody? Please write your questions. So we will go for board thanks now. I warmly welcome and thank you each one of you to this month of learning, collaboration and innovation. May International Krishi Manthan 2026 sow the seeds of knowledge, nurture the spirit of entrepreneurship and harvest the fruits of sustainable growth for generations to come. Now it's time to extend my special thanks to all our knowledge partners, collaborating institutions, academics, organizations, research institute, and supporting agency. Whole trust and cooperation have made this initiative possible. I would like to acknowledge and thank EcoFast Agri Solution, Agriverse Green, and every member of the organizing committee, advisory board, technical support team, volunteers, and coordinators whose tireless efforts behind the scenes ensured the successful execution of this event. A special words of thanks to all the participants who have joined us from different regions of India and across the globe. Once again, on behalf of International Krishi Manthan, 2026, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has contributed to the success of today's session. Thank you for your presence, your support, and your continued encouragement. Wishing you all the productive, enriching, and inspiring learning experience ahead. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure, ma'am. It's my pleasure.
Okay,
Thank you.
sir. Okay, sir. Okay, bye bye, everyone. We'll see you next time into the new session. Okay, bye.